In today's tutorial we're going to work on the Starlight crochet blanket, a baby blanket that you can make at any size including full-size adult. Let's begin that next. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the Starlight crochet blanket. This is a 5-point star and this can be made in any size. So just because it's for children that you see here, you can make this into any size that you wish because the pattern continues to grow out equally as you go along. This is featuring a brand new yarn line this year, 2016. It's called the Bernat Softee Baby Colours. There is a really unique sense about this yarn. This is the level 3 light yarn as far as there's 3 plies, and I want to tell you a little bit about the colorways in here because it really does have a beautiful color scheme to it, and I'd like to show you that next. So here's my little sample to make sure that I understood the pattern, and this is a 5-point star and this is the beginning sizes of it. Every size that we get is just a matter of following the pattern along. It has a very easy start, but you can go as big as you want to. As soon as I get you past the first few rounds, you're going to realize that there is a sequence, and once you understand that, it's pretty easy to follow. So this yarn today is called Bernat Softee Baby Colours, and it's considered a lightweight 3, and you'll notice that it's made up of 3 plies just like you see here. I unspun these. It has a natural twist to it. So because of the ways that you look at it in the yarn, you can see that it has really kind of an interesting kind of look. So you'll notice that not every string is changing color at the exact same time. So you see how you have a yellow fleck going through it just like this, but if you untwist it you realize that that particular strand is a different color versus the other 2. And so as this yarn moves down the line, one of the other blues ends up turning into a light blue, and everything continues to transition. So when you follow this yarn, just no matter what it is that each one of the strands are operating on a different colorway, but they're just spun together at a different spot, or twisted together at a different spot to give you the beautiful colorways. Therefore it gives you a really unique look that looks like this. So this is a really great idea because it is a lightweight 3. This was not a heavy baby afghan, so for those in warmer climates that don't want to make your children sweat too much, this is a great alternative. It's nice and lightweight, and also you'll need a smaller hook, a size 4.5 millimeter crochet hook today, and this is a US size 7 if you wish. So let's begin working on this pattern. This is called the Starlight crochet blanket. In today's pattern there is a crochet diagram and it has a stitch key just like you see here. We have chains, slip stitches, and double crochets. So I just have to get you to round number 3 really in order to continue, because what's gonna happen is that every time you get to a corner the same thing happens. So you're gonna add 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets onto a corner. So it doesn't matter which corner it is, it's always gonna be the same. Okay, and now here in the middle is that you're always going to be skipping over the 2 middle sections every time, the 2 middle stitches every time, so it gives you consistency of going round and around without having to think. So it's just a matter of getting you started on rounds 1 and 2 to establish the points, and you will not see really the points coming out too strongly until it gets much bigger, and you will see that the points will grow a lot more as you continue. So let's grab our crochet hook today and our yarn, and let's get started. To begin we're going to create a slip knot, and we're going to insert our hook in, and we need to chain 4. So we're going to create a center ring which will be consisting of 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we want to insert our hook into the beginning chain like so, and then yarn over and pull through to close off that center ring. So there is a center ring in there, and now let's begin round number 1. In round number 1 we're going to establish the 5 sides. So we're going to chain up 6. So you're thinking it's 6, that's kind of odd. So what we're doing is that chaining a 3 counts as a double crochet, and then the next 3 are chain 3. So in order to do this first one we have to chain 6. So it's a double crochet plus chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, there's your double crochet, and here comes your chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Like so, and you want to come back to the center of the ring, use this straggler and just wrap it around the center of the ring, and just wrap the hook, and you want to double crochet right into the center of the ring, and then once you get that done you chain 3 again. So 1, 2, and 3, and then coming back into the center ring again, a double crochet. Continue to wrap this straggler around that center ring in order to hide it underneath the stitches, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then just double crochet again. So you want a total of what appears to be 5 spokes. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3 is the next chain, and then double crochet back in. So now we have 5 spokes, which is the corners. So in order to finish this off, you have to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then it's the third chain up of the first chain 6 that you started with. So 1, 2, and 3, and then just slip stitch it into the third one and pull through. So you should have a total of what appears to be 5 spokes right in the very beginning. Let's move along to round number 2. In round number 2, what we need to do is that we're starting in the wrong section, so we have to get right to a chain 3 space first. So we're just gonna insert our hook into the chain 3 space, yarn over and pull the yarn through and through. So now we just slip stitch, so we're now in that space. Now we're gonna chain up 3, which counts as a double crochet, and we're gonna double crochet 2 times more into that same chain 3 space. So now we're ready to create the very first point. So the point is consisting of chain 2, 1 and 2, and coming into that exact same space I want you to put 3 double crochets in there. So every one of these chain 3 spaces is gonna have the following. It's gonna have 3 double crochets followed by chain 2 and then 3 double crochets. And if you can remember that, it's a lot easier. So there's your first point. So now you're gonna jump to your next chain 3. So you don't have to chain anything, you just immediately jump over and double crochet 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3, followed by chain 2, which is your next point, and then coming back into the same space for 3 more double crochets. Okay, now coming into the next chain, a 3 space. Remember it's 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, followed by chain 2, and then back in for another 3 double crochets. So there is your next point. Well, that was a half. Here's a double. So let's jump to the next chain 3 space. So we're gonna 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, chain 2 is your next point, and then coming into the same space for another 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, coming into the final chain 3 space, it's gonna be 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and oops, I gotta wrap first to double crochet, and then followed by a chain 2, which is your final point that you're doing, and then 3 double crochets back in. So now that you've gone all the way around, it's gonna look like a pentagon, and then you're just gonna slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain 3 that you started with, and that concludes that round. So all of the next rounds I'm gonna get rid of this strand that's hanging out of the back, and all you just gotta do, because we did bury it as we went, we can just safely cut it right out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to start, because every round is now gonna be the exact identical. It's just gonna get bigger and bigger. Let's begin that next. So let's start our next round. Every round is gonna be identical all the way to we finish this, until you get to the size that you want. Okay, this particular star afghan, when I look at it, it is approximately 38 inches in diameter from point to point, and it requires only 3 balls of this colors. You can substitute your yarn and your hook in order to give you a certain size that you wish. To begin this, all you just need to do, you're in the wrong space to begin. So you see how you slip stitched and you have 2 in the middle? Well, every time now we're gonna skip over these 2 in the middle every time. So in order to start in the right space, we move to the next stitch over and slip stitch over. And now we're on the second stitch instead of the first. So this is what we're gonna do for every round now going forward. We're gonna chain up 3, which counts as a double crochet, and we're gonna put a double crochet in each one of the double crochets until you hit a corner. In this case it's only 1 more. So this one here, the corners are all gonna be the same. So they're gonna be 3 double crochet first, 1, 2, and 3, followed by chain 2. 1 and 2, there's the point, and coming back into the same space you want to do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. So we want to make sure we're coming down the other side, and so you want to make sure that sometimes these stitches cover the first stitch. You want to make sure that doesn't happen, so you got to see it, and I just experienced it naturally happens for me. So you got to naturally get this first one. So you're going to crochet yourself across until you get to the one that's right before the center point. Okay, see how they're leaning into each other? Well, these two are the middle, so we're gonna jump over those. So we just skip those two, they're right in the middle, and go to the second one over and begin double crocheting on this side of the point. And this creates that point just like so, and continue. And you're just double crocheting until you get to the next point. So the corners again, remember, are 3 double crochet followed by chain 2 and then 3 double crochet in the same spot. So where people go wrong on this is if you are off by 1 stitch at all, you're gonna have your corners kind of turning out really weird. You could have a long side of a star shape, or you could have it actually kind of arching depending on your count. So in the very beginning, when you get comfortable with this pattern, you got to make sure that you're keeping your stitch counts until you feel comfortable. So I'm getting that first one and the second one because I know the third one is right in the middle. Oops, sorry, my apologies. So do you see what I just did here? I want to leave this in the video. So I accidentally missed the first one and I went right to the second, and I know that because the next one is the middle and I'm not allowed in there. So what I have to do is that I just have to move this out of the way. Okay, so just pull it backward and now you can see the first one. The very first time I ever did a star afghan, I had all sides were a mess, and it's because I was missing that first one there. So you sometimes have to move stuff out of the way. So now I'm gonna skip the 2 middle ones and then just jump over. So if you're going to err, it's going to be on after you finish a corner. So I got 2 in there, and then I'm gonna have 3 going into the corner, followed by a chain 2 and then another 3. So now I can redeem myself and watch more carefully because I'm so busy yapping at you that I want to make sure I get the first one. So the first one I can see this time, and then I know there's only 2 in a row. So it's actually a gradual growth. So when you're looking at it here, you'll notice that there's getting more and more stitches. So it starts off with 3 right in the middle. The next one it has 5, and then the next one has even more. I think it's 7. So it's going to grow by 2 double crochets in each one as it gets progressively bigger on all sides. So you can either count it that way if you wish, or you can trust in yourself. Once you have that, you skip the 2 middle ones again and go to that second one over and double crochet just like so, and then a corner again. So just 3 double crochets. So I'm gonna start you off in the next round just to make sure you understand where you need to slip stitch to move over, and then you're off to the races for the entire project. Sorry, I'm moving out of the way on the camera. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. Well, actually I know why I'm doing it. It's just I'm having a hard time looking over the camera. So we're gonna get the first one and the next one and the one after that, if my counts are right, is the middle. Okay, so there's the 2 middle. I want to skip over and go to the second one over, and then I'm in a corner again. So 3 double crochet, followed by chain 2, 3 double crochet. Okay, coming back along, so I'm just gonna get the first 2 in here, and now where I started was the second one in on the other side of this. Okay, it was the second one in, so I'm just gonna jump over. So I'm just gonna slip stitch it to the top at the beginning, just like that. So you can see it's gonna get bigger and bigger. So you're thinking, where are the points? The points eventually, as it gets bigger, starts to become more and more pronounced as it gets, and then it will get really big as it continues. So round number 4 and all other rounds going forward. So you're in the wrong section to start. You need to keep these 2 middle clear. So you have to slip stitch by moving over 1 and then begin. So this time there's going to be more stitches before you get to a corner, no big deal, and it grows by 2. So you're going to chain up 3 and then just double crochet yourself to the corner. So last time we had 5. Sorry, the last time we did this we had 3 and then we had 5. So this time there will be 7 going all the way by the time you get to the first side of the corner. Okay, so then you get to the corner and you're putting in your 3 double crochets and followed by chain 2. So there is your 7 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the final 3 are right in the corner. So the 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then that's how I kind of look at it for myself, and then I come on the other side of that same point to make the 3, and then I work my way down the other side of the point. Okay, so just like you would before. So you got 3 already, so you can just go into the first one. So there's 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now if you don't want to count, you don't need to, because the next one is your middle and it's clearly obvious to me that they're the middle. So I'm going to skip over and go to the second one over here and go back up the other side. So this is how you would do the what's this called, the Starlight Crochet Afghan. It's a really kind of a neat project to work on. Lots of people love these stars. They make for unique baby blankets as well, and you do it in a nice yarn just like so. You'll have a really unique look, and they're quite easy to do. So 1 and 2 coming back around the corner. So this is how to do this pattern, and I hope that you enjoy, and when you're done just post a picture on Facebook. We'd love to see it, and of course this is a smaller version, and we look forward to seeing your creativity. Until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. Have a great day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.